of God, the true grace of God. True grace of God. Experiencing the true grace of God. Okay, the book of Peter, alright, and he wrote this letter with the help of Silas. Silas, a brother who knows Greek well. Okay, so you can see from here it's very important to have the ability to be able to write. Okay, ability to write, and he helped Peter. Alright, and Peter, because he's not so educated, alright, he's uneducated, and so with the help of Silas, he was able to write this letter. Alright, so I encourage all young people, especially all young, you go and learn. Okay, go and study and do well. Okay, be a good in everything, in writing, interpreting, and what else? In music, in any aspect. Okay, for this case, talk about education, right? So it's very important to go and study well, alright, and then do well, and then for the glory of God. So you can write beautiful letters, and then people can benefit. Okay, but nevertheless, Peter, with the help of Silas, is able to pen this letter. This letter was written in the early 60s, the first century, right? In the first century, the 60s, around there. And we know that during this time there was severe persecution. And some is of the belief it's a persecutions by Nero, the emperor. Alright, and then who was very evil, blamed the Christian for setting up a fire, okay, in Rome, and especially in he wrote, and then they persecuted Christians and even killed them. Alright, and in this case, under great severe persecution, and then Peter was martyred. Alright, so he died on the cross, crucified upside down, and also during the reign of Nero, you have Paul was beheaded. So under these extremely difficult times and persecution, and Paul, we are going through the persecution, encourage us to love one another deeply. So it is very important we must love one another deeply, because life, and as a Christian world, we face a lot of pressure from opposition, from persecution, and also life pressure, and also the devil, okay, who is disturbing people, right, and he is tempting you and leading you to sin and all that, and even backslide. So you can see that, especially in the context of a great persecution under Nero, and so it's important to love one another deeply, okay, at least in a particular context. So similarly, when we love one another deeply, we welcome a brother and a sister to the house of God because they are precious. Alright, when Jonathan recovered, alright, and he almost died. Okay, it's by miracle that he survived, and last night was actually went to visit him. Alright, second time or third time in ICU. We went to see him, and he was able to talk, and he told the staff, say, how's your breathing, breathless? And I said, no, I don't need the oxygen, you can take, remove. So praise God that he was much better and speak. So we welcome him. We accept him and his whole family, alright? And so he made me at a time, he said, God, I said that I don't believe on anymore because of his sickness and all that. So, but I keep encouraging him because God saved you for a purpose. God wants you to live your walking testimony and to touch lives and be manifolds for Jesus Christ. So, and with encouragement and with the sister helping him to pay the medical bill and told him only to worry about work after you recover. And so we invite him to come and share testimony with us. And we also ask him to help us to distribute tracts to his friends, your many friends, and share the gospel. So we must love him and welcome him. Not only him, also his family, his mother, his sister, and his son, and all that. As they come to our church once he recover. Alright, so we need to love one another deeply. Alright, love another means we have to really take care, meet their needs and help them and strengthen. Okay, so the souls are precious, especially in the house of God. And alright, and the different ones are going through tough time, and we need to help them. Okay, in whatever way we can, pray for them, etc. Okay, so this is the exhortations of Apostle Peter, all right, and encouraging us in this trying time to love one another deeply. And also in this letter, it says that although Nero was very harsh, all right, and blameless, and yet he still submitted to the authority. Of course, he did not resist. The earlier time, when the people came to arrest Jesus, he cut off the ear of Malchus, all right, and he used violence. But this time he did not use violence. He has been transformed. So over time, our lives should be getting better and transformed, so that we will be a living testimony. All right. So we should be more and more mature as we grow in the Lord, and then we should respond in loving way and gentle, not using sword or use violence. Don't worry, the unrighteousness does not work the righteousness of God. So it says submit to the authority, even though under great persecution. All right. And Peter is a great example that Jesus Christ died on the cross. He also died on the cross. All right. He actually paid the price. So if you lay on your life on the cross, that shows your great love for Jesus. See, no, there's no greater love than the one who laid down his life for his friend. So Peter has great love for his sheep. All right. So similarly, he must have great love for his sheep, and he died. Christ died for our sins, so he died for the people, and then he lived a life of righteousness. He lived for Christ. So if we want to be perfect, we must die to ourselves and live for Christ and live for righteousness. Then we are perfect, so-called. All right. So and then we exchange the pains of others in return. We give them the peace because they are suffering. They are in need. You identify with the suffering, you help them out with the suffering, you bear the suffering. When they are sick, they have no money, you have money. Let's say they need $100, doctor, you give them the $100, become $100 poorer, even though you have so much money, right? So this is the way to demonstrate living for righteousness, that by his wound, that Christ's wounds we are healed. So by our loss, by our sacrifice, people are healed when they see a doctor and get healed. Or we pray for them, there will be signs and wonders. Alright, so these are living ways, and characters are only proven when in great trial. When everything goes fine, then people will be happy. But when things go wrong, then it shows the true color. Alright, so important in good time and bad time, we display good characters, alright, and bless others. Okay, let's move on. Alright, so it's very important that in this trying time, in persecuted time during the time of Nero, and behavior must be so shining. Alright, so even Apostle Peter was telling the husbands, if you love your wives, not the wives by character, without a word, because of her beautiful character, you can touch the husband and win the husband to the Lord. Alright, so. And then in this time of testing, so good behavior is very important. And whatever is right, good and perfect, we do it, then we are considered a child of God. And in this period, Peter, under trying, he said, do not pay back evil for evil. Okay, for this we are called, but pay back evil with a blessing. Overcome evil with good. And so when you extend love and bring blessing to others, you actually cover a multitude of sins. Right? People will get saved, okay, and then they will sin less or try not to sin, alright, and all that. Okay, so we need to love each other deeply, alright. So let's give an example of this slide. 1 Samuel 22 verse 2. And all those who were distressed or in debt or disorientated gathered around him. That means this David is on the run from King Saul. He became their commander, and 400 men were with him. So, in other words, very importantly is that when you take care of all these people, you become their commander. These people are in need. Okay, you must love them deeply. Then you can become their commander. So people under your care, your sheep, alright, you want to be their commander, you must love them deeply. Just set them see beyond their faults and meeting their needs, and by loving them so that they can change, alright? So that they will see your example and then they learn to change by the power of God. So it is very important. This is called experiencing the true grace of God. Meaning to say you identify with the suffering of Jesus Christ, you sacrifice for them, for them. So we have written the 50,000 tracts. We want to encourage you to participate. We have, now we are actually put in the Canberra area and get the Carlisle to take care of it, the church charge, alright? So for Marsiling and Marsiling area gets the Fongxing and Angeline to take care of it, alright? And then for Admiralty get Gideon, Esther to take care of Admiralty, and then Woodland, those stay in Woodland can help us interact, alright? And then those who stay UD, alright? You still have an issue for that matter, alright? So we want to saturate the 50,000 tracks, and for UD maybe and bring some track and help us. Okay, do door to door. So this is an aspect of partnership with God and giving track, and also a good exercise. Alright, the just can also be involved with camera, then can actually coordinate with just and sing and come. So all these people, so it will be interesting to mobilize the whole church and give tracks, and then so that we can touch and bring many people to church. We thank God through our track, Esther Tang and Vera, and they came here to assist us. Praise God. Alright, so you see how it can be very effective. And this morning, Therese suggested, how about Instagram? How about TikTok? All these. I said, whatever means you do, just can go ahead. Use whatever that you know and do it for the glory of Jesus. Alright? So, praise God. Alright, of course, we have the web page also, our web page also. Alright, so we must deeply love them, alright, and take care of their needs, pray for them as much as we are able. Alright? So for this church camp, we encourage as many to come to have fellowship and strengthen one another. And every year we have good camps. Okay? The last 2 years we had 30 people. I'm sure. Okay? This year maybe we have more. Okay, maybe 40 or more. Alright, so we have new ones joining us. Alright? Maybe we encourage more to join us, and of course we have someone generously sponsor. Although you want to sponsor, you're still most welcome. Alright? Because one church camp we spend about close to 10,000. Alright? Plus all everything, plus all the thing about 10,000. But what the church normally subsidies about 5,000. Alright? 5,000 more. Alright? So this year the rate is a bit higher, but we're going to knock it up a bit lower through our own doing. I mean, we will log in ourselves. Alright? So please let us know early, because this year we are booking on our own. And then it's a super big period, and you can too late if we book, then you have no chance. The hall is confirmed already. Alright? And then but we need you let us know, then we can book for you cheaper. Then we tell you the rate, we'll give you a little bit subsidy. Please let us know, because I think next week we will start. Most probably we will start booking. Alright? Okay. So, alright, even in this trying time, serve God with your gifts and the strength that God has given you. So, as we mobilize the whole church in the different ways, some in the pastoral camp, like Kalai and Jeline, 3 of us, we went to visit this John for several weeks already, week after week visit. So, it's called pastoral camp. One way you can go there and lay and pray for him, and the Lord touch him and heal him. Alright? So again, evangelism, that's another way you can involve. Yesterday I get the kids to involve. Now I try to mobilize the hope that 100% get involved. Okay? The little things that you do. I get Dexter, he has not been here for 1 month, and he came yesterday. So we welcome him and told him a job. I said, your job, but every week you come here, set up this table here together with Jingling and fold the table when you go back. Alright, so there's a responsibility. I said, open up, they got a job to do. Yesterday, the parents here, alright, I said, Dexter, can you throw rubbish for us? Oh, he's so happy, so eager, he took the rubbish and he ran. And then he passed by the parent were happy, I said, he's serving God in this way. Alright, so we get the little ones, he's only primary 4. So I get Uzor, I get Michelle, primary 4. I say, you take care of this table. You set up this table and fold it. So I want everybody to get involved. Alright, you won't get everybody involved. Alright, because involved means you love God. Alright, you have a sense of identification and belonging in this local church. Alright, so this is what we are moving in. Alright, so please come for church camp and fellowship. You can be blessed. Alright, fellowship and come under the. Alright, as we partner with God in the so-called suffering, alright, and the end result will make us strong, firm, and steadfast. And this is a true grace of God. Alright? So this is the true grace of God. Okay. Okay, I leave the quiz at the end. Now maybe I just go to the start of the message. Let's go to chapter 1, verse 1. I only highlight the significance. Alright? So come to the first chapter, 1 Peter, chapter 1, verse 1, to God's elect. Okay, so Peter was tasked to minister to the people, including Bithynia. Remember I say, and I only highlight the verse that is important. Look at verse 2. The elect who have been chosen according to God's foreknowledge through the sanctifying work of the Spirit to be obedient to Jesus Christ. Grace and peace, abundance beyond. So you can see this verse. Today we are here being the elect of God. It is the power of God that brings us here. Because we are obeying God because of the sanctifying work of the Holy Spirit. Many people are not here today because for one reason or another, especially those who long time never come and maybe people backslide. Okay, so that means they have, you see here, we can only be here is the sanctifying work of God. They obey God through the sanctifying work of God. Alright, so we must thank God that we can see the thing we see, and this is a blessing of God. And as you obey God, more grace will come and more peace will come in abundance, and you will be blessed. Alright? So, and then praise be to God. Okay, in His great mercy, He has chosen us, He is giving us new birth and a new hope. Alright? Okay, and through His death. Alright, so this is a blessing and an inheritance that God gives us can never perish, and it is kept in heaven. Let's move on. And then our place in heaven will through faith. We continue in this journey of faith, and then what happened? Is shielded. This faith is shielded by God's power. So you believe God's power. It is God's power that keeps us where we are and continue to grow and be strong. So it is God's power. God is our invisible partner, and God is showing us the way. You know, talking about my son, recently he shared about this. Now he is actually attachment with the Canadian hospital. You know, they have to fulfill assignment, and next week is the last week. No? So a lot of them under pressure because they cannot fulfill certain assignment because it's hard to come by. And when you went there, you thought you got the opportunity, and last week the doctor not there. Okay, maybe emergency, they're not there. You know, and sometimes the patient is not suitable for you to do. Alright, the procedure. So and then every day he has to go and find opportunity, go to hunt for opportunity, go to this clinic, that clinic, this operation theater, that operation theater, to hunt for opportunity. But thank be to God, God had blessed him with a good mentor, and he did certain procedure. He see how baby was born through natural birth, cesarean, and some with blood, so much blood, all that. So he able to observe and see different ones, and then even try out various procedure on the gynae. Alright, so the Lord has blessed him. He was walking with God. So anyway, what I'm trying to say here is that God is our invisible partner. Okay, you walk with Him in your job, He will bless you. He will grant you with abundance and blessing. Alright, when you're able to fulfill your assignment. Alright, so far so good. Alright, so far so good. Of course, God also blessed Esther also for working, and sometimes she was tired, and then the day maybe she had a few cases. Alright, so these are some of the ways God knows our limit, and He knows our strength, and He knows our assignment. He knows everything about us, and He will guide us and bless us. Alright, So we got a place in heaven. If we continue this part of faith, is shielded by the power of God. Satan, okay, can disturb us, but as long as we are faithful, that this faith is kept by the power of God. That's why when you do things God's way, God releases His power with us. Okay, in all this we rejoice. Now, for a little while you suffer, alright? All kind of trial is to make us strong and stronger. So all these purpose of responding in character, in goodness of God, in kindness of God, is to prove that our faith is genuine. And this, the end result, is giving praise and glory and honor to God. Huh? Okay, let's skip. Only highlight on the significance. Okay, let's go to verse 12. Therefore, with the minds that are alert and fully sober, set our hope on the grace. Okay, the grace of suffering. Alright? And do not conform to evil desire, and when you live in ignorance. So that means that Peter, last time he going to cut off the ear of Malta, he was living in ignorance. Or even though at that time, okay, he did not know very much about Christ as compared to now when he wrote this letter, he was ignorant. So he said, don't conform to the evil desire and live holy. And one aspect of holiness that Jesus did was when Malchus' ear was cut off, Jesus went and put back his ear. Okay? So that is what God wants us to do. Whatever that is good, right, and perfect, and is right, and do no evil, and this is pleasing to God. Why? Verse 17. Seeing your call, God will judge each person work impartially. I like the word impartial. Okay, you know, when you study social ethics, ethics means what? You think the best for the organization. When you do the work, when you speak the best for the organization you work with. So that is ethical. Alright, so similarly in the church, we think the best for the church. We think the best for everybody. Alright, but we don't think the best for ourselves alone. Alright? Because sometimes you think only for yourself is selfish. That's called selfish ambitions. So remove it. Alright? Anything you do, you work out is for the good of the church, good for the organization. When you speak for the good of everyone else. And it is a win-win situation for all. Because that must be your attitude. Don't always think only to protect yourself, protect your interests. Okay, by situation, God give you wisdom how to go about it. So we must be ethical. Alright? In the church, in our workplace, in everything we do, we must be ethical. That means ethical means you always think the best for that person. Okay? You don't selfishly only think of the benefits of yourself. Alright? So please bear it in mind, be ethical. Okay, towards all. That is true love. Okay, that is true love. Otherwise, what is selfish? Selfish. Okay, so it's very important. Please bear it in mind. Alright, so we must present, because God is going to judge everyone impartially. Okay, so you're not partial. Sometimes we do not assign you to certain ministry, we feel that you're not ready. That's why you're not assigning you. We have to be impartial. We cannot be partial because God judged us impartially. Whoever you are, doesn't matter whether you're a prime minister or king, it doesn't really matter. Important thing is you do right. He judged impartially. So impartial is very important. Alright? So you say that we must present the perfect sacrifice. So the sacrifice that we give to God, I think of a word. The themes that when I study this week, my devotion is the book of Peter, 5 chapters. One day, one chapter, I study. And the word is perfect. It's very important that we present God blameless, faultless sacrifice. That means a healthy sacrifice. I was quite encouraged when I thought about this healthy sacrifice. So we must keep ourselves very fit, okay, and very strong in our body when exercise, so that we can present our body a healthy and a living sacrifice to God. So that we have the strength, the energy, to do it for God. So present God a high quality sacrifice. When you help someone with the work, let's say maths, solving maths, if we have high quality, we're able to impact life. We're able to help the person solve the next problem, for example. We need to have high quality. Okay, you say, fine, this one not important, just anyhow do. Okay, cannot anyhow do. Everything we do, especially we are doing for God's work. it must be a high quality impact. So in the days to come, when the church grow more and more, the quality will grow up and even higher and higher. Okay, because we cannot be shouting or so-called perfect sacrifice. All right, so it's very important we present a perfect sacrifice to Jesus, the best we can. All right, like Abel, give God the best, not like Cain. Anyhow, just 随便 leftover one also give. All right, so let's give God the best sacrifice, perfect sacrifice, and a healthy sacrifice. Let's pray for John that he has a healthy body, he can serve God. All right, together. Okay, let's move on. And okay, everything God doing is for His kingdom, for His sake. Okay, let's speak love one another deeply. Okay, and we must thank God that we are born again through the living Word of God. And let's move on to chapter 2 now. And for young believers, we must crave pure spiritual milk. That's why we have a strong discipleship program we are gearing up. And last time I was talking to John, I said to teach him, we have a discipleship program, just come. I even told the sister, you come because you are a counselor, right? In school counselor, you can help us to counsel some student. Alright? Counsel student. We need people, right, with experience, and a counselor outside the school, they can help us to counsel. Okay, the kids, we have many kids need to be counseled. Alright? So, we must put our gift into action. Okay, we must thank God for all these gifts. Alright? And then for young believers, we must crave spiritual milk. In God, say if you don't crave, don't be like how you are sick. Okay, you serve pig. You sick, you have no desire for food. In that case, you're spiritually sick, no desire for spiritual food. So it's important that you pray after spiritual food. Alright? And then we offer sacrifice as acceptable by God. Okay, just what I mentioned already. Spiritual perfect sacrifice. Okay, good sacrifice. Okay, I like this verse. Verse 16. Next verse. Okay, I like this verse. A stone that causes people to stumble and a rock that makes them fall. They stumble because they disobey. Alright? So the word is a double-edged sword. They obey, they not be stumble. They disobey, they stumble. Which is also what they are destined for. Destined for means God already know who are the people. I try our best to reach out to these people. Some people in this side, they don't want to respond, but they prefer to be stumbled because they chose to disobey God. So the one just leave them alone at this moment. Or you just pray for them. They are not really at this moment. Alright? Because they choose to disobey. And God said they are destined for. God already know. Alright? So don't have to be upset over this. Actually, it's not your wrong. Alright? Okay, you grieve a little for them, but it's not your wrong, it's their wrong. Okay? Okay, let's move on. We thank God, okay, as the Saint Peter said, we thank God He saved us out of darkness into the wonderful light. And let's move on. To abstain from sinful desire which war against our soul, and lead such whose lives that among the pagans that they accuse you of doing wrong, but they see your good deeds and glorify God. Okay, so it's very important that we have high quality, we have a living testimony. High quality, okay, we are responsible people and want to do a good job. Okay, next one. Submit yourself for the Lord's sake to every human authority, whether the emperor or the supreme authority. Because of this verse, I thank God that we submit to the authority 40-60%. Alright? So praise God. And pray for one more unit. Alright? We need one more unit to expand God's kingdom. Alright? We have the next 3 years to expand. Okay? Please pray and give so that this vision can be realized. Alright, as we give out the 50,000 tracts, as we more, let's say John family comes and many more to come, and then this place is not enough for us. Alright? So we do it for the Lord's sake. Submit to every authority. Submit to your leaders. Okay? Submit to the leaders, submit to pastor also. Why? Because God said, submit to authority. If you, okay, I will ask, how many want to be a great leader? Okay, one person want to be a great leader. I like to. You want to be a great leader, what's the requirement? You must be What follower? Somebody fill the gap. If you want to be a great leader, you must be a what follower? Faithful someone? What's the word I'm looking for? One word. If you want to be a great leader, you must first be a what follower? Come. Correspondingly, clue. Wait, anyone?
The answer God follower.
Good.
The answer is God follower.
God follower. Someone? I'm looking for one word. If you want to be a great leader, you must first be what follower? Yeah, great. How many you say that? Now you must be great follower. Then you can be a great leader. If you want to be a lousy leader, then you'll be a lousy follower. Okay? So that's what you sow, you shall reap. Alright? So start with a great follower first, then you can be a great leader. Okay, the Bible says we serve as God's slave. Okay, so David have a year's fear, right? That means a lifelong service to God. Okay, service to God is lifelong. God's slave. God's slave means slave for no right. God, whatever you want to do, I just do it for you. That's called God's slave. You do it for God. Okay, let's move on. Okay, and we serve God with reverential fear. Okay, to those that we submit. Okay, here this is important. Not only we submit, not only to those who are good and considerate, but also to those who are harsh. Our employer may be very hard, we still submit. Alright, as long as it's reasonable. I mean to say that you don't like to do lah. Even you don't like, you also need to submit. Alright, you don't submit. Okay, you submit, you ask for trouble. Okay, you might be sacked. Okay, you don't submit. Okay, life may be difficult for you. So you still need to learn to submit. Alright. Okay, you may not like that. So in this case, Nero was an evil emperor, yet Peter still got to submit and was crucified upside down. Alright? So submission. But you suffer for doing good, God said, and you enjoy it. This is commendable. God will praise you for it. And then, and to this you were called to suffer for righteousness. Okay? Okay, let's move on. He bore our sin in the body on the cross that he might die to sin and live for righteousness. By his wound we have been healed. Okay, Jesus is the shepherd of our soul. Let's go on to chapter 3. And if anyone, husband, do not believe, they will be won over without words by the behavior of their wives. That's why Christian behavior is very important. Your conduct is very important. You can, without a word, and won over your husband. Right? For this case, you can win over others by your behavior. Without a word, but behavior itself is a word. It's action, it's a word, it's a message. Purify ourselves and so on. Your beauty must not be wear or gold jewelry and so on, but must be the unfading beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is of great worth in the sight of God. Okay? Okay, you do what is right, do not give in to fear. If you do what is right and don't give in to fear, you are the child of God. Okay, let's move on. Do not repay evil with evil. Okay, I was telling my son, because he said, hey, help this person how to do this thing or how to go and get the things done. And this person was very happy about this. The other person got opportunity, but he didn't share it with him. Alright? He said, how can you do that? I bless you, then he never bless me back. But this word is for him and for all of us. You see that the Bible says that do not repay evil with evil on some inside. Okay? And repay evil with blessing. For to this you are called. Okay, you bless people. If people don't bless you back, okay, you are done no wrong. This is what I want you to do. Just bless the person. If the person still need your help, still bless the person. Okay, remember in the Old Testament, the Israelites, they follow God. After that, they don't follow. Then when they are in trouble, say, God, can you help us? Okay, God help them. One time. Another time, say, God. Okay, they forsake God. Then they come back to God, say, because they are in trouble. God, can you help me? God still help them. Another time, you still help them. Do a son, right? Okay, I need to be here. Alright? So God is a merciful God. So like why we must be merciful and gracious towards others. Okay, let's move on. And to this you will call, and then you will what? Inherit a blessing. When you continue to do that, you will be blessed. I like this verse. Okay, but during my devotion, this interesting verse. I think last time I read a different version, they repeat phrases differently. But this is an interesting verse. Even people don't return good and they need your help, you still help them, you will inherit a blessing. You will still be blessed. Alright? So do that. So this is a Christian principle, the word principle. And God is against all those who do evil. Okay, let's move on. But you suffer for what is just, you are blessed. You see? You suffer for what is just, right? You are blessed. Okay, that's God's word. And but do this, okay, whatever you do with gentleness and respect. And let's move on. Okay. Okay, those who speak evil against us and by your good behavior they be ashamed. Let's move on. It already is better. It is God you to suffer for doing good than doing evil. God, for Christ also suffered once for sin, the righteous for the unrighteous to bring you to God. Okay? Okay, let's move on. Okay, Jesus was raised to heaven. Okay, is far above authority, powers, right? Submission. So just consider that when you live for God, obey God, you'll be exalted, you'll be promoted on earth as well as eternity, even your job. Okay, let's go to chapter 4 now. In 1 Peter 4, and because, okay, like this verse, let me ask you maybe what do you think? Therefore, seeing Christ suffer in his body, yourself also with the same attitude, because whoever suffer in the body is done with sin. That's an interesting verse, right? Whoever suffer in the body is done with sin. What's the meaning of this? If you suffer in the body, you're done with sin. What's the meaning? Anyone want to try? When I read this way, I was wondering what this verse means. Okay? When whoever suffer in the body is done with sin. What's the meaning? Can you try? Is that we see what's the meaning of this verse?
Like Christ suffered, he suffered means we overcome our sinful nature.
Okay, one aspect of. But in the context of this Peter, and also the example of Jesus. Anyone want to try? This one not so straightforward, right? Anyone there at the back want to try? No, I just share with you or. Okay, I look at this verse. Jesus Christ suffered right in his body, right? So if you're gonna die with sins, that means you submit your body to the will of God. Okay, because the next verse, let's look at the next verse first. Do not live the rest of your earthly life for what? Human desire. That means you suppress your desire, your self-ambition desire, the acts of the flesh. But you suffer in your body, that means you deny yourself or whatever. Okay, that means you put to death your sinful nature, in other words. Okay, that means you suffer for Christ. Okay, you don't want to cheat. Okay, so what's that possible to cheat? You don't want to cheat, you don't want to tell a lie, and you don't want to be selfish. You say you have $100, see the person who had money to see the doctor, you give $100, give all. I mean, you suffer. Okay, suffer, alright? You suffer. I mean, Christ suffered on the cross, you can also let Peter suffer on the cross, right? You die. That means he submit to the will of God. That means he do away sin. That means he doesn't fulfill the acts of righteousness. So, in other words, if we want to be perfect, we must suffer. Alright, suffer so that we make perfect. And when we suffer for Christ, we do not give in to the desire of the flesh. We have done away with sins. We don't give in to the acts of the flesh. That means you're submitting to the will of God and live for righteousness. You're done with sin. Alright? So what is the notion is that you must suffer. You must suffer means you must give up. Give up your wealth, give up your desire, your personal ambition, your desire, and submit to the desire of God, the plan of God, and the will of God. Then you can receive. That means you become a perfect person. Alright? Okay, so you can see the acts of the flesh. I'm trying to quick. You can see these are the body desire, the acts of the flesh. Alright? Sexual immorality, impurity, debauchery, adultery, witchcraft, hatred, discord, jealousy, fixed or anger, selfish ambition. You've done with all this. Alright? And dissension, faction, you don't promote disunity in the body, you don't sow evil, and envy, drunkenness, orgy. And yesterday, John asked me, your church, do you drink? Drink. So the other brother came and reached us, he said, they drink. They drink. How about your church? Do you drink? I said, no, I don't drink. Because the Bible says don't get drunk and get intoxicated. So I don't drink. Okay, the Bible is more example, right? Because God struck them dead, right? The sons of Aaron, because they drink the circle, they were struck dead. Alright? So I don't do it. So a king who serve, he also don't drink. Alright? So I don't drink. Alright? So I don't get intoxicated. Alright? Bible said be drunk with the Holy Spirit, not be drunk with drunkenness. Okay, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, this one, you must do all these. Love, sacrifice, peace, forbearance, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Against such a thing. But it's not the fact of the flesh. When I say those who practice the acts of the flesh will not inherit the kingdom of God. So the Bible says that when we suffer in the body, we are done with sin. So we deny the body. Okay? So there's a struggle, there's a fight, but you overcome it with the power of God. Okay, let's move on. Everybody will have to give an account to God who is ready to judge the living now and those who are dead. And therefore be alert and of sober mind so that you may pray. Okay, you must always have a clear mind. Because the devil will strike at the noon time, then you're not alert. So when you're not alert, that's not the best time to make the important decision. Go and sleep and go and rest. When you're fresh, pray, and then make the important decision. Above all, love each other deeply, and love covers a multitude of sins. So love will touch life, and love will bring conversion, and love will not expose the evil of others, and love each other deeply. So in this context of persecution, of great persecution, you must take care of one another. Alright? Okay, let's move on. Each one of you should use whatever gift he has received to serve one another as faithful stewards of God's grace in diverse form. If anyone serve, they should do with the strength that God has given them, so that all things God may be praised. So it's very important thing is that that's why I get everybody. I try to move every student, everybody to serve, even folding one table, and that is a job for them. All right. And then of course just go beyond that. Because the problem is that today I see some of the kids, okay, this is my table, I keep this one on me. I say, no. This can help others. Okay, don't just restrict it to your area because you are one family, but you are tasked with a specific job, you do it over and over, you can help others. Right? So don't think is that because this is God's church, God should we all share, so we might help each other. Alright? So we must use this. So this is in these difficult times, in this great persecution time, whatever you can bless, you bless. Whatever you can serve, you serve. Okay, that's the contact. So we must serve. Okay, then we can grow and that's all our love for God. Okay, we join and so on. Let's move on. For it is time, okay, if you suffer, it should not be of a murderer and so on. However, if you suffer as a Christian, do not be ashamed, but praise God for you bear in Him. For it is time for judgment to begin with God's household. For it begins with us. And what will be the outcome for those who do not obey the gospel? The Bible says, in the hearts of the righteous to be saved, what will become of the ungodly? Alright? You see, this COVID period is testing time. A lot of people need to go to church after COVID. Right? Some maybe they die along the way. Alright? So that's the reason why we printed the 50,000 trend. Because this is the best time to saturate now, because there are a lot of people out there not attending church. They only online or offline. Alright? So it's a very important time. It's a time to go and reach out to them. Okay, just give and share. So we pray that you work hard for God and with others here. Give as many, okay, as possible. How many things you can give? At least 10 blocks. How many can give 10 blocks?
Maybe I'll try the whole
Oh, 2 person. By the way, you try one block. If one person you give is take about 20 minutes. Just give the track. Okay, let's see 1 hour. 1 block half an hour. 2 block is 1 hour. 10 block is how many hours? 5 hours. 5 hours. 5 hours. 5 hours nothing, right? You can spread over time. Okay, but one time probably after 2 blocks or 4 blocks, especially you're strong on 4 blocks, you're tired already. Alright? 2 blocks still okay, reasonable. Alright? So go and pace yourself. please, leaders, go and group among yourself and how you plan public. So I suggest that maybe you create a chat within your group. So whoever block you done, they update the group so they don't have to repeat the block that you do. Alright, in other. So Marsiling area, Canberra area, Admiralty area, Golden area, and all that. So you create a chat group, then you update the blog. Okay, that's one way. Like do your own ways. Okay, there are many ways you can do. Okay, let's move on. And those who suffer according to God's will should commit themselves to the faithful Creator and continue to do so. So don't be discouraged, continue to do good because God is behind the scene. God is with you, He's an invisible partner. Okay, one secret to be a great leader, you must always believe that when God prompts you, just act on it. Don't bother about what people criticize you and say you, because there's no perfect one. Alright, but you think it's reasonable, you just do it. Because God is an invisible, He's leading, you follow Him. When you speak for God. Alright? You want to be a great leader, you must always remember there's an invisible leader with you. Alright? So then you'll be independent. Okay, you don't have to every time I need somebody to go with you. You know, like those they work in pair, right? Sometimes two may not be committed because the place only allow for one. You have to be independent, right? So learn to be independent, right? And don't be affected by people on the left or the right. Be who you are and God wants you to be. God is invisible. God is your leader. He leads the way. Just follow Him. You'll be a great leader. Alright? Okay, let's go on. And be eager to serve. Willing to serve and eager to serve. And don't go and bully them. Don't lord over them. Respect them. Okay? Also, the chief shepherd appear. They will bless you with a crown of glory. To shepherd them. And God exposes the proud, He raised the humble. Cast all your care upon Him, for He cares for you. Be alert and sober, for Satan, the enemy, will prowl around like a roaring lion and to eat you up. And resist him, standing firm in the faith, because you know that the family of believers throughout the world are going through the same experience of suffering. And the God of all grace suffer a little while, and the suffering we go through in this world is just a little while. And testify that this is the true grace of God. Okay, the whole book, the true grace of God. This is the theme of the book of First Peter. The suffering is the true grace of God. Okay, suffering is the true grace of God. When you suffer for Christ, because Christ. Okay, we finish again. Last three verses, and that's a quiz time. Okay. Just tell me verse by verse what is the essence of the message, because these three verses are quite powerful, especially the first two. The three also powerful. Let's go through. Okay, let's again have the last three verses. Okay, let's go to the first one. Tell me what is the main meaning that Jesus wants to capture, God wants to capture for us. Okay, we don't see Jesus but was lower than the angels, for they are now crowned with glory and honor before He suffered death, so that by the grace of God, He might taste death for everyone. Okay, let's have a quiz for this verse. Please tell me what is the verse trying to bring across the significance of this verse. Alright? So you want to try? You want to try verse now? Okay. Alright, these three verses that we will close. You all know what's called what is the significant meaning in verse 9? What do you capture in verse 9? Then later on we discuss 10 and the last one. Alright? So, because we are in line with Peter Lee, right? Suffering, right? Okay, so what is, anyone want to try verse 9? How about Emily or Michelle? You want to give us your thoughts? Now, anybody, if you feel free. Anybody? Okay, maybe again, Esther, please try verse 10. Okay, yes. Maybe Emily, Michelle, you want to try verse 9 and Esther try verse 10. Esther, please. Okay, let him talk. And then last one, maybe Kalai and Jenny can try. Okay, then, or Sir Fong Sing can try. Anyone? Okay, let's hear from. You can pass on, or you can try. Emily and Michelle, you want to pass on or you try? What are the significance you capture in verse 9? Speak a bit louder because I'm a bit far from you. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
Jesus
for us.
died on the cross.
Come on. Okay. Okay. So he died for us. Okay. Alright, any more? By the way, I look for a specific thing. Your answer is not wrong, okay? It's correct. Yeah, Jesus died for us and all that. But I'm looking for a specific thing in that verse. Okay, this my, because I have the advantage, because I have it in mind. Okay. There you die, yes. I'm looking for significant things. I mean, based on my thinking.
Jesus humbled himself
Okay.
to be lower than the angels
Okay.
and to become a man and living like a man.
Okay.
Experience like our way of life. As a man, he live like one of us.
Okay. Humility. Okay, by the way, I only look at this verse, I look into how can we benefit from this verse also, okay? Just to be fair, that you can add on some more if you want to add, but this slightly mentioned to you. But how can we benefit when reading this verse and we do it also, something like that along that line? And maybe we follow after Jesus' example. Okay, so when you talk about the love of Jesus, he died on the cross, and Cynthia talk about humility of Jesus. Okay, these are themes. Taste there for everyone. Yes. Okay, Jesus died on the cross, taste there for everyone. Yes. Okay, so the love of Jesus that brings eternal life to us. Okay, any more contribution? Anyone want to add value? That means what Emily has said, what Cynthia has said, and there's something new beside what they have said. Of course, what they say is correct, not wrong. Some more. Okay, anyone? Anyone? No, I don't say you're wrong. Add value, some more. The verse got some more things to say. Crown, it was crowned with glory, right? The crown, the word is crown there, you will be rewarded, right? Okay, and some more, one more, maybe just one, you can say, however, I saw there's one very important one. What's the word? What's that phrase? What's the word and what's the phrase? You can tell me one word or tell me a phrase.
Praise.
Yeah, then you can explain. Anyone? Anyone saw that? Sorry? Yeah, suffered. Yes. Correct. I'm looking for some more inside there, the verse. No, what you say, correct. But it's got some more theme, a good theme. How about, Han, you want to share with us? Yeah, the grace of God. The significance is when Jesus Christ died on the cross and we suffer like Jesus Christ said, Peter died on the cross, it is called grace. And when you do that, you will be crowned with honor and glory and praise. Okay, sounds okay, right? The grace of God. We do it like when we serve God, is God. Everything we do for God is glory. Because the topic today is true grace of God being His son. Okay, let's go to second one. Okay, Esther Tay, you want to help us? What is the significance we bring? We connect to 10. What's the significance? Yes.
So in doing so, when you know the verse, right? Then he lifted up himself, right? Then he draw many people to himself. Draw many people to himself, lah. So with them, he brings many sons and daughters to glory, lah.
Okay.
So many people come to Christ.
Yes.
So you're looking for God, everything exists. Okay, then the fire of their salvation is made perfect, lah. To what he suffered. So when Christ died on the cross, the work is finished, lah. It's completed. So whoever believes in the work of Christ on the cross, they can gain salvation. So Jesus completed it, he came to us, so therefore your salvation is made perfect.
Okay, fine, okay. Okay, how about us? The one you talk about Jesus, yes. Can you add on to that? The emphasis, because in King James version they put there, is simply quite nicely. But this NIV version, but this verse is good, but King James is better for this verse, the last part. Any? Yeah, you're correct. So far you say is correct. Okay, what Esther basically say is that Okay, never mind. Let me come up with the last one so then I say the thing. I'm still looking for your application to us.
So if we suffer like Christ, right?
Yes.
Then we can be perfect lah.
Yeah. Okay, that's the point. Okay, then basically it says that when first one is God's grace for us to suffer death like Peter, to die on the cross. And then when we suffer for Christ, we do God's work, we are able to touch many lives and bring many to salvation, sons and daughters to glory. Alright? And then when we suffer, another benefit that we become perfect to suffering. We are mature to suffering. Right? Okay, right? Sounds okay? Okay, last one. Last one also okay lah. So just again, come on. And then Jenny lunch, right? Then we will close.
Both the one and its people experience those who may have same family, from same origin to origin of humanity, also because Adam sinned by Jesus Christ, both unforgiven, right? And both have the same mother. So it's the same origin and divinity.
Okay, tell us the main thing of the verse. Okay. What's the main thing? The main idea that we're going to bring across? Sanctification, right? Holiness, right? So, you see, the one who makes people holy is Jesus, and those who are made holy. So, true Christian, holiness. Holiness in both being and doing. Of course, more so in the doing, but the being also. So, ultimately, I say that we become servants, okay, holy. We become holy, and then true Christian live a holy life. They don't do a substandard life. They don't live a poor life. They live a high standard life. They are holy as God is holy. So we have high moral standard, very high, super high. All right. Okay. So it's very important. Okay, holiness, and then we belong to the same family as Jesus. Okay. Okay, that's the end of the message. Okay, in conclusion, I want to pray. So today you are here saying, God, I'm willing to suffer with you and for you, so that, and this is your grace, so that I may bring many people to Jesus Christ and I may be perfect to suffering. Okay, so the idea is that you identify with the suffering of Jesus. You want to suffer more for Jesus by sacrifice more and live a holy life and so on. I want to pray for you. How many of you say yes? Yes, any others? Yes. Alright, praise God. Okay, let's welcome back the worship team and then I'll pray.